Hey, what's up? It's just gonna be a quick, hopefully a quick video, giving an update to Cold Wander. I was live streaming with it a bit, so there should be footage if you want to see a lot of gameplay, but I'm basically just gonna go over the tree. The plan, so I'll talk about the original concept, why I wanted to do it in the first place. I'll talk about how the skill tree evolved. I'll talk about endgame gearing. I'll talk about desired gameplay and strengths and weaknesses, basically. So, first of all, this is the current tree. Notable things. I don't actually need that there. Life. This is a cold elemental hit wander using Piscators. So you'll notice where I pick up the life nodes. It ends up being like 216, which is pretty decent. I don't think I need any of that, but I was grabbing it just to try it out, and this is a lot of damage. The main thing I'm looking for here is freeze and chill. I wanted this to be a sort of delver just for fun. The main thing I wanted it was just clear speed. That's why it goes chain instead of pierce. Pierce would have been crit based and way more damage, but I'm using LE overload, non-crit. The jewels go in here and here to make it cold elemental hit, life, damage, mana. So this is the ideal setup for a tree. It's actually a pretty solid tree. This traveling bit is kind of sketchy for leveling, but you should be able to fill out enough stuff, especially if you get the health here, to be okay. But it's not the best leveling I've ever done, to be honest. Like the concept of having like a coal or a wander is really good for leveling because you're free, the attack speed and animation is really quick, which is safe, but health and damage wise it was not the best. So this is what I have right now on my character. I have mana here instead of health. Haven't respec'd that point yet. And then you see I'm going up here. So it's level 82, which means it's most of the way filled out. I forgot to respec out a dual curse. I was trying that out. It's trying to use like a curse on hit. But I'll talk a bit about the gear in a sec. Let me just finish this up. So these are pretty big nodes. I'd say getting over to this section is probably the best if you ever wanted to do this build. Would I do it again? Probably differently, but it was actually kind of cool. The main focus was getting Ricochet, and then I used a Gloomfang for double chain on elemental hit with cold, and the gems are just faster attacks, GMP, Wed. Oh, I was trying Bone Chill, that's right. Because you're chilling and freezing so much with elemental hit, I actually think Bone Chill is a better DPS than added cold. Or I don't know about Empower. The gear is complete garbage. It's not complete garbage, but it's pretty bad. This Thief's Torment, I actually didn't want to run it, but due to the Gloomfang damage, especially on Delves, the enemies hit by your attack, you lose life. The only way to counterbalance it without Insta-Leech is life gain on hit, and it's hard to get a ring with that, a good ring with life gain on hit, as opposed to getting a Thief's Torment with life gain on hit, which I already had. Piscator is just because it's easy. I have an enchant on this helmet, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. And my Wise Oak isn't even balanced for cold, so the damage scaling goes way higher right now. I can't reliably or comfortably kill bosses like past 6. It feels like shit. Single target's bad. I don't have a good single target helm setup. You'd use what's that helm called? I was looking up some stuff. I've never actually made a LE hit character. You use this thing, Frost Inferno, for the +4. Basically, but it would be better as a fire, and I didn't go crit, so I'll play a map really quick just to show what it was even useful for at all. But it actually plays well. The freeze is highly defensive, the damage is okay, the clear is great, the delving feels really good. Like I said, there's some YouTube streams, there should be some clips, I don't know, unless someone's watching this like years later, then you'll just have to take my word for it, I guess. But let me show a marsh really quick. Yeah. I don't know why my game is so laggy, which sucks. I've been struggling with lag in this game. Strengths and weaknesses, amazing clear, low single target. That's all I would have to say. The defenses are good. I haven't run Uber Lab. I'm sure it could do Uber Lab if you scale the damage up. Don't really want to though, because I don't care enough. The game, I don't like the state of the game. I don't like the way people are scaling gear and damage. It's really complicated and annoying. Excuse the lag. Jesus fuck. I should have run a map beforehand. So the idea is basically, as we wait for my game to even out, everything's going to be frozen all the time, so you never really take damage. I went Deadeye so I could get not only chain, but I also get this thing, extra proj accuracy, and I'd eventually get this accuracy, so I wouldn't use it like Kosade. And it also gives big AoE, so the idea is that with the chains and the area of effect, because elemental hit actually does a bit of an AoE when it hits. And the idea was that for big pack clears, like that, the AoE would start overlapping. It didn't work like lightning arrow style. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but it did get the job done. And it does freeze entire packs, which is really nice. And the upgrade from 1 chain to 2 chain is pretty big. So if you're thinking of just playing 1 chain, then 1 chain is okay, but I'd probably just run Pierce. But 2 chain makes it worth it. And I wouldn't run the chain gem. The damage is just too low in my opinion. So yeah, this just shows it's good for chaos. You can kind of one-shot packs in mechanically at least. But as you can see, the damage is, in my opinion, it's pretty meh. But I haven't really run into any good single target damage outside of the obvious single target skills. So I'm sure, yeah, like you really have to get into that single target damage to get it going. You can't just have it unless you're molten striking. So that's all I really wanted to say about the character. I don't really want to get into technicalities. I'll put the path of building in the description and all that, but I'm not even going to play this full map. I just kind of want to show a bit of a demo. You see how it lags. I mean, I sub in slower proj, but yeah. Auras, I just have Herald of Ice. And the misses are bad too sometimes. Herald of Ice, Enfeeble and Blasphemy, and War Banner, which I basically never use. Let me just leave this here. If you guys want to see more gameplay, you know, check out some other stuff. But I'm basically wrapping up the character. I'm done with it. So I see where it could go potentially. It could work well. I don't have the desire to go any further. It's probably one of the more chill and enjoyable characters I played. I'm going to play another Wander. I'm going to try an Occultist Power Siphon. But something about this build is just off. So anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about. Did I miss anything? Not really. Yeah, it didn't actually develop as far as I wanted it to, so yeah, oh well. Anyway, that's just a quick update. Thanks for watching. Peace out.